Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here, playing some more Pathfinder adventures. I have very mixed feelings right now. On the one hand, finally Adventure Deck 3 is out! But on the other hand, I think Obsidian screwed the pooch on this one. They released it too soon. There are tons of bugs. You can tell from a very quick glance at the forums. This adventure is not solid, and some of the bugs are game-breaking. The deck creation doesn't work. You're supposed to be able to get any card from deck 1 or deck C or deck B. Now that you're in the third adventure, if you need to add a card to your deck and you're short, and that's not working properly, the scenario Here Comes the Flood isn't working properly, so it's tough. It's tough, and I'm hoping that this video series, makes it through the bugs without losing the save file or anything, because that would be sad. But yeah, I just wanted to let you know that is a possibility. So we're riding on greased rails, everybody. All right, in this first scenario, we have a pretty tough villain, a high combat check. She's a fat ogre. And the trick with this one is, yeah, everybody has to encounter ancient skeleton henchmen, what's new, but this one is interesting. So the first time anyone would defeat her, she's undefeated. What this means is that you're going to lose a lot of blessings the first time that you fight her if there are any locations open. So if somebody just bumps into her early on, it's actually really, really tough to win as a 6-player party because you're going to lose a bunch of blessings when she's undefeated, essentially. And then, if you defeat her the second time, you win, but you have lost, at least a couple of turns. Later on, if you find her and everybody can temp close, it's not so bad. She'll be undefeated, but she'll stay in her own location, and then that's okay. So it's a tricky one. Then henchmen, we got some interesting ones. This henchman is about as difficult as one of the villains from Adventure Deck 1. So the numbers here are definitely starting to get higher. And if you defeat the first check, the difficulty to defeat is decreased by 2, so it's like a 10 and 11. It's pretty close to Rip Knucked Stickfoot, which is like a 9 and a 12. So yeah, it's pretty tough henchman. And then we have just a Combat 13 henchman, basically. And then a bunch of these guys. And these guys are pretty wacky. So every time you fight one of these, it's a pretty high combat check, but they also get a bonus effect. So either they're harder and they hit harder, which is not that great, or they just hit harder, which is... Oh, sorry. Either they are harder and they hit less hard, which is not great because you're typically hoping not to get hit by them, so having the check be harder is bad. Or the check is just as difficult as always, but they deal more damage, which is fine. So, because if you're defeating them anyway, it shouldn't be a big deal. They might not be evadable, which isn't a big deal. When's Mariziel ever going to try to evade one of these guys? So this is pretty much a pass. And then this one is interesting. After you act, put the Ogrekin on the bottom of its location deck. I believe that means even if you defeat it, it ends up going on the bottom of the deck. What effect that has, I don't think it actually makes any sense because you can still close the deck and then the Ogrekin will go away. This is only relevant in some weird situation where, like, if you defeat it, but then you fail to check to close the location, he'll be on the bottom of the deck. But that's still a bad thing unless you shuffle the deck somehow. Anyway, it's just a weird one. Pretty much, it's just a weird henchman. You see all this stuff and you think, oh, wacky stuff's gonna happen, but really, like, if you roll a 1, it's harder, and then anything else doesn't really matter that much. Okay, so that's that. We have a lot of old locations in this scenario, things we've gotten used to. We got, our prison and our farmhouse and the woods and the store and the bridge and the village house and the waterfront. So nothing super crazy. These are all old locations, and they're all, except for the waterfront, which is bitchy, they're all pretty straightforward locations. The new place is Turtleback Ferry. Now, this is bugged. I've read that this ability is not working properly. And you have to banish an item to close it, which isn't bad. It's not as bad as the Shadow Tower where you have to banish an ally, right? Because banishing an ally can be tough. But banishing an item, there's lots of items. Lots of items are pretty marginal. So you do have to make sure you're not banishing your spyglass or whatever. But it's a bit of a tricky location. Nothing super crazy going on here. Just 2 monsters, 1 barrier. So you don't need to rush it. You don't need to do it right away. It's just another location that's out there. Okay, so let's go ahead and put everybody in their places. We'll just have Mariziel go to the prison where she can pick up boons more easily with her disable skills. Hopefully she'll get her Crown of Charisma before the closing requirement comes up. I'm going to send Amiri to... Amiri and Sela should go to the woods and the farmhouse because those are the most fight-heavy locations. There's more fighting in the woods. Sela can use her armor in the woods, but that's fine. I'm just going to put Amiri in the woods, and someone will play a blessing to help her close it. And Sela will go to the farmhouse. The general store would be nice to save. You know what I'm thinking actually. The general store is a good location for Mariziel, and so is the wooden bridge with that stealth check. So maybe I should send her there instead of the prison. Hmm. Yeah, why don't we start her at the wooden bridge, and we'll have her go to the prison later. For the village house, I'm going to send Harskare. This is a perfect place for him. So he can recharge cards to pick up the allies there and then play them again for extra explorations. And he doesn't have to fight very much. So for Ezrin, we'll try the waterfront. And hopefully he'll have enough spells to, beat the henchmen and the bandits. And then Linny, well, she doesn't have that many items, so Turtlebat Fairy isn't a good place for her. Plus, like, her items are good. She's got, like, the Medusa mask and stuff. So we'll send her to the general store. It is cool to have Mariziel going to the general store, but at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal. Alright, I'm going to have actually Amiri start with Sela, so Amiri can pass off a weapon. Looks like the order is correct. Very good. It's tricky. Well, man, I'm feeling rusty because I haven't played with this party in such a long time. It's tricky with so many locations deciding where to go. The first scenario of this adventure, though, the villain's hard and the henchmen are hard, but the locations, I feel like you kind of get a free pass. Alright, Sela does not start with a weapon in hand, so good thing I remembered this. We'll give her... Should I give her the magic weapon? Yes, I'll give her the magic weapon. Sela really likes... Or Amiri really likes her pole arms, so, I figure we'll keep the glaive even though it's not magical. And plus, in the woods, even if she finds a ghost or a specter or something here, she's still going to end up defeating it because of the woods location ability. Okay, we get damage dealt is increased by 2. Nice little interface there. Okay, well, that doesn't actually... Okay. Doesn't actually matter that much. So, let's see. I don't think I can afford to just roll that. But does Harsk have anything he can throw down here? He sure does. He's got a bunch of stuff, so the medallion don't really need that. Alright, so with a reroll, I have to roll a 7 on these dice. That's fine by me. I don't want to bury any cards just yet. And unfortunately, I have a standard bearer. A sage would have been much better here. Anybody give me, like, a free thing? Ah, yes, a Blessing of Aristil is rechargeable right now. Let me just check real quick, though, if anyone's got anything that's super free. I doubt it. But yes, okay, so Blessing of Aristil is rechargeable right now. It matches the blessing up at the top. So now, as long as I don't roll Snake Eyes, this woods are closed. And, okay, well, we get off to a pretty good start here in this new adventure. And turn 1, one location is already closed. Fan-fiddly-tastic. Oh yeah, do I want to go anywhere? No, actually, well, yes, I actually do because I want to be able to close places. Let's see, I can't banish my masterwork tools. I guess she can make a charisma check. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna go here. I'm hoping this doesn't happen, but just in case somebody finds the villain, I want the villain to go to as few places as possible. Because remember, the villain's being undefeated on the first time she's encountered. Oh, we got a new ally, but unfortunately he's going to the bottom. This guy's pretty cool. So, you can help somebody else's combat check with a 1d4, which is really not worth having an ally for. But if it's a giant, it's 2d4, and that's relevant for this adventure and for the next one. So we actually are missing out on a pretty good ally here. It's not that big of a deal. I'm still happy to have the free exploration. Of course, it would have been a free exploration because I could have discarded him to explore. Yeah, it's a bit unlucky. So, one of the few times where Sela's ability does kind of bite her a toodle. Alright, let's reveal this Warhammer. Remember, we gotta actually get 12 against the Rat Swarm to defeat it. I think somebody had a Blessing of Gorum, didn't they? Oh, Toxic Cloud. Now I'll save that. Didn't somebody have a Blessing of Gorum? Yes, Marzilda. So I'm going to play a Blessing of Gorum because it's rechargeable right now. So I might as well give Sela the extra dice and save her from having to peel a card and ensure that the Rat Swarm is defeated. Okay, now we got to keep going. I'm going to use this blessing to explore. Skin Saw Mask. Oh, hey. Well, that's the Easter egg thing where you add a d6 to your combat check with the slashing trait, and it's a reveal, so it can add a d6 a lot of the time. I don't think I'm really going to use this, though. Would I really give it to him? No, combat's easy enough in this game. I don't think I need to waste an item slot on it. So I'm just going to leave that be. There's no forced damage in this scenario, so I would definitely recharge the armor at the end of my turn. But I'm thinking, why don't we keep on exploring, since we have a cure. Oh, there's the Ogrekin. Alright, let's see what we get. We got the Dreaded 1. Okay, so it's now a 15 combat check. What I'm going to do is, since she has a cure, I'm just going to play this Blessing of the Gods as a Blessing of Gorum. We'll reveal the Warhammer. I'm going to think about this. What do I need to do? Roll a 9 on 48s. Average roll of 48 is an 18. Yeah, I think we're pretty safe. Let's just go for it. Okay, so nothing crazy happened. We gotta defeat a random monster. Maybe I should have played Toxic Cloud now that I think about it. Let's reveal this hammer. So the only way I fail is if I roll 2 1s, which is a 1 in 64 chance. I think I'll take that chance. We've seen me fail worse before, but all right, very lucky so far. Henchman on the top card, Henchman on the top 3 cards. Let's play Cure just for the hell of it. And of course, roll one of my many ones. Should I peel a card to recharge this? Sure, might as well. Cure's a good spell. Let's recharge that thing. Oh yeah, this bug is still here. Wow. So there's a bug that if you use her peel ability, I figured out what was causing this. We've seen this several times in the series. What causes this is that when you use this ability, it takes the difficulty of the check at the top card of the location rather than what's actually happening. And of course, there's no cards in the location now, which is why this ends up being a check of none. Well, it's fine. I guess I get a free recharge, but kind of surprised they didn't fix that bug because they definitely knew about it. All right, she finally finds one of her own weapons, a bastard sword. So Ezrin here's only actually got one combat spell, unfortunately. It's the augury, but with Toxic Cloud and a quarterstaff, yeah, he could punch things to death if he needs to. Let's see. Let's start with augury. There are 5 monsters in here, so with luck, I'll find at least one of them. Hey, wow, henchmen! These ogrekin are ogre eager, am I right? Oh god. Okay. So here's the problem. If I fight this asshole, then I end up having to then fight a bandit henchman with no combat spells. I mean, I could use Toxic Cloud plus Quarterstaff. The problem is, of course, that when I use a weapon, when I use the Quarterstaff, I'm gonna get a -1 to all my checks. So why rush this, right? Like, what's the point of actually rushing this? Let's just leave that there. I'll come back as soon as we get another combat spell. Let me pop over. Where should I pop over? Well, I need to pop over somewhere where I'm not likely to find a monster. So the general store has only 2 monsters. Yeah, we'll go to the general store. I guess the place with the fewest monsters is the farmhouse. But, well, yeah, I mean, that is the place with the fewest monsters. Yeah, I really should just go there. I don't want to use my combat spell right now is the thing. So yeah, let's see here. Not find a monster, hopefully. Oh, Brodert Quink. Oh, it's the Quinkster. Adrian Brodert. Oh, lovely. Alrighty. Well, we're not going to use his power, I don't think. Wait a minute, though. Balls! If I don't use this guy, I don't draw any cards. Okay, well, I guess we're doing Shalalu here. To scout. Light crossbow +1. Does anybody want this? Oh, shoot. I don't know if anybody actually wants that or not. I don't think so. Maybe someone does. Fuck. I probably should have not done that. Oh, we have agility. That could help. Does anybody have a Blessing of Pharasma? Oh, you know what? F it. Let's just pick this thing up. I really don't remember if anybody actually wants this or not. We'll save the agility. If I don't get an 8 with 3d6, then so be it. Okay, so now I'm going to just pop Brodert. I'm not going to use this guy to, examine the bottom 3 location cards, and that's just stupid. We got a Goblin Cut Purse. Oh, jeez. Okay, I guess I'll try not to bury a random card. I'm not going to go crazy with it. Wow, there's the Snake Eyes. What do I bury? Bury my light crossbow +1. Honestly, that's actually a pretty okay turn of events. Okay, so this is a little bit of a sloppy turn, but we'll use Toxic Cloud and discard the quarterstaff. And that should be enough. That should be enough to hit an 8. It was close, though. It was close. Okay, so let's draw another card. Can I get a combat spell? Oh, right. No, it's still the Spyglass. Okay. Well, anyway, I'm drawing a bunch of cards now, so hopefully one of them is a combat spell. And then we can go back to the waterfront and take out that Grawl over-eager Ogrekin. There's the Acid Arrow. Perfection. Okay, great. Marissa's at the wooden bridge. Doesn't have the Crown of Charisma, so I don't want to go back to the prison. She does have the Troubadour, which will help close this place. Although, doesn't she auto-succeed at Dexterity or Stealth 6? She does, so I can use the Troubadour to explore. Skeleton. This is annoying. Because right now, I can reveal the crossbow, but that does bump the check up. I think I'm probably better off just using the Amulet of Mighty Fists and then discarding it. Because I don't need it anymore now that I have the heavy crossbow. Yeah, this should be enough to hit a 7 with those 4 dice. That was close, though. Man, lots of close rolls today. And now, hopefully, we're out of skeletons and we can just keep on trucking. Wow! These henchmen, we're like 4 for 4 here. Yes, we are 4 for 4 with the henchman being one of the top 3 cards. Crazy start to this scenario. So let's reveal that. And let's see. I need to roll a 7. on these dice. Oh wait, this is a double whammy. Yeah, Harsk needs to help out. He definitely needs to help out here. So let's recharge that. So I need to roll a 6 on these dice. Yeah, I think that's fine. With one of them being a D12, should be okay. Okay, it was close. The D12 definitely saved it. All right, for the second check, I'm gonna go ahead and recharge this, and Harsk can fire another arrow, just to be very safe. And then we definitely got that one in the bag, I say, before failing it. All right, and then yes, this is an auto success, just barely. So even if I roll a 1, we see we close it. Okay, we're a really good start. Then the nice thing about this is with the villain being, you know, undefeated, it's a good thing that none of those cards were the villain card, because that would have been much different. Do I want to bury a card to recharge a card from my discard? I don't think so. So we're just going to end it there. And it's Linny. Alright, she has Augury too. Does she want to go somewhere else to use Augury? I mean, the Waterfront's already been augured. General Store has 2. Turtleback Ferry has 2. Where's the woods? Oh, the woods are closed. I guess she might as well just Augury here. I don't really see any reason not to. And we just shuffle. Well, that's fine. So it gives a chance for the henchman or villain to float to the top. I'm pretty okay with that. We have a cure sort of awkwardly here. I really am not going to discard any cards. Yeah, there's actually no way for me to discard cards because I'm too good at recharging spells. Spiny Shield. Discard this card to add to D4 the range and magic traits to your combat check. That's interesting. So it's like an armor that you can use to boost your offense. The problem, of course, is that, just like all the shields, you can't bury it to block all the damage. Well, anyway, I guess I'm not going to think about it too much right now. We'll just roll, see what happens. We get it. I guess I'll keep it, because I can just discard it at some point to beef up my combat check. Then we'll end there. So we kind of a dead hand, unfortunately. Guidance, alrighty. I guess I'll keep it. It's rechargeable. And that's my turn for Harsky. McHarskerson, Starsky and Harsk. Okay, we got an Acolyte, so that's just junk. Doesn't give me an extra exploration, rather tragically. And Amiri's up at the prison. Alright, well, let's go for it. Hey! Okay. Well, let's reveal that, and I guess Harsk can shoot off some guidance. So yeah, a 7 with 2 chances should be fine with these dice. Again, the big dice. Actually, no, the D12 sucked, but the D10 saved me. Let's close. We're going to need some blessings here. I think the blessing of Ioma Day has already been spent. Really, not a lot of blessings actually happening here. Let's see. Well, we'll definitely play 1, 2. And I'm just going to go 3. I know this might seem a little crazy, but 3d6 just misses too much. It would have hit it there, but it misses too much. I don't really want to have that location stuck open. I'm doing really well. We're only at 23. We're still only at 23 turns. And it's just really great. I guess she'll go to, let's see, the Turtleback Fairy. She doesn't have any items. Man, there's nowhere for her to go, though. Yeah, I guess she'll go to the general store. But I need to start looking for someone who has an item I can banish. I don't need to pull anyone over here. Wait, don't I? Yeah, didn't Sela close her location? Where the fuck's Sela? Oh, I can't remember. Yeah, she's in a closed place. Whoops, I should have done something other than the general store, I reckon, but whatever. So Sela puts the holy water on the bottom. She doesn't have any items to banish, so I guess she'll go stay here. Frost longbow +1. Ugh, dexterity. Let's see, is this good? Dexterity or ranged plus strength die +1. You can discard it. Yeah, I want this thing, so I'm gonna go for it, even though it's a little crazy right now. We'll do that. Let's play some agility, and let's play some more agility. I mean, I'm so ahead here, I might as well just, you know, go for it. And the only one else who can help is Amiri. So now my party's out of blessings, and I could very well fail this roll still. Nope, I got it. So I was a little greedy here doing this because, obviously, now my party's kind of low on blessings. Hag. Oh, I can't play spells. Well, I'm actually really glad about that, because that's a pretty difficult check to make. I don't think Linny can auto-succeed at Divine 14, and then she would definitely want to play her spell here. So she'll go somewhere else instead of staying at the general store. So yeah, I don't have any blessings now. My party's just all out of those. Wait, wasn't Sela supposed to cure herself? No, she's already cured herself, and I guess... No, that's actually Linny. What am I talking about? No, Sela, yeah, Sela already played Cure. That's right. She already played it. Right. Optional discard. Let's get rid of this bow. I don't think I'm going to pass it off to anybody successfully. But Linny, oh yeah, well, okay, let's just pass here. Okay, so Linny, let me just cure here before we forget. Okay, so she cures up Sela's entire discard pile. Gets a cure out of her hand. So it's actually good they still ended up coming over there. It saved Linny from fighting a bad monster, and it also got herself cured. Alright, so anyway, Ezrin, does Ezrin want to stay here? No, Ezrin wants to go to the waterfront. Right, we've got this on the docket for quite a while now. So here's the ogre. Hopefully it doesn't roll a 1. It rolls a 4. Okay, so it's going to have at the bottom of the location deck. I don't think that changes my ability to close this place, but I guess we'll see. So the Bandit Henchman is easier than this guy, so I'm going to use my big combat spell here. We're going to have Harsk help out a bit. I don't think he needs this Potion of Glibness. So what, a 7 on these dice? Should be okay. Should be okay. Yeah, this should really be okay. Yeah, I think it would have been a little bit overcautious for me to spend any more resources on that. Let's try to recharge the Frost Ray. So now I'm going to end up facing off against a Bandit Henchman. I think I'm going to recharge my Amulet of Life here. Yeah, that seems fine. So, there's no auto damage in this scenario from neither the villain nor the henchman do auto damage. And I think an acid. Oh, I could actually do another Frost Ray. Yeah, 11's actually a little bit high because the bandits in the digital version have the veteran trait. So yeah, I might as well, you know, secure the kill here. Alright, so I need a 5 on those dice. That's fine. I only fail if I roll all 1s, so I think we're good. And we are closed for business. Oh, I actually rolled the 1. Hey, you know what? That's fine. I have no regrets about taking hand size instead of the +1 to recharge. Because whatever, you fail every now and then, not the end of the world. And at the discard a card, fucking right. You know what? Haste. We're doing so good. I don't need that extra exploration. Let's just get it out of here. And, oh yes, the Troubadour. God, I always forget that. So I'd rather have the Scouting of the Spyglass, maybe get an extra chance of finding the villain, than the extra turn from Haste. Okay, well, wow. So, she doesn't, Mariziel, our item queen, doesn't actually have any banishable items. She really doesn't. She, only has the Masterwork Tools, Crown of Charisma, Spyglass. I don't want to banish any of those things. I guess, well, and then everywhere else I go, there's a whole crowd of people. Well, there's a really freaky monster at the store, so I guess we're going to go here. Even though I can't use my ability, I might as well go here and, do, you know, nothing, essentially. Because I don't really even want to pick up the Acolyte. I'm going to bury Father Xantus, even though there's a 50% chance I waste some healing. Of course that's not going to happen. Just so I can get stuff out of my hand and hopefully draw into an item I'm fine banishing. Shopkeeper's Daughter, eh? And we got Veiled Hemorrhos. Alright, I think Harsk can handle that. Yeah? Because Harsk has his Thieves' Tool, so he can handle the Shopkeeper's Daughter, and then he can recharge a card. He can recharge his crossbow to pick up the guy after it. Okay, cool. So we'll leave that there. And Linny does not want to stay here, so Butterscotch Candy Mountain. This is bad. Can she take on the Shopkeeper's Daughter? What is that? It's Wisdom? Yeah, why don't we have her do this? It should be fine, I think, I hope, and pray. I believe that that's a Wisdom check. Yes, so with raw Wisdom, she only fails 1 time out of 40. And we explore, we find this guy. And you know what, screw it, we'll just recharge the Spiny Shield to pick him up automatically. So this guy's actually like the guy that Sela found and put on the bottom, except he does a d4 to your own combat check, or 2d4 to your own combat check with the giant trait. So you want someone who's not as good at combat to keep that guy, and you want people who are good at combat to take the one who helps others. Alright, so Harsk, well now he's just here. I guess he could banish Thieves' Tools if he came upon the henchman, so we'll just go for it. Doesn't get a lucky roll with the blessing, just too bad because I could have used some more blessings. And let's scout it all out. It's a henchman. Alright, so the villain might be at the Turtleback Ferry, I guess. There's really not that many places for her to be left at. She's either in the general store or the Turtleback Ferry. Okay, can Amiri take this thing out? Yeah, screw it. We got this. It's going to be a little bit of a high check. Let's bury a standard bear. I don't mind missing out on the exploration since we are so far ahead here. Don't need a ring of protection, I don't think. And so now I have 2 shots to hit a 9 with some pretty big dice. Okay, so we get a free explore. Potion of healing. No wheeling, no dealing. I don't want this potion of healing. That was a good rhyme. I should have buried Masterwork Tools because Masterwork Tools, there are no more barriers. Okay, I'm going to go here and we're going to start to make some progress here. I'm going to pull Sela in for a bit of scouting. If I find the henchman at least, then I'll be able to prepare somebody with an item. Ugh. Okay, I guess the question is, who's at open locations? Pretty much everyone. So why don't we save that for when we close the village house? Yeah, why don't I do that? Why don't I close the village house and then have Ezrin go over? Where the fuck is Ezrin? Where's Ezrin? Oh yeah, he's at a closed location. I'll have Ezrin go over and trigger the goblin thing, and then there's gonna be 4 people at the farmhouse who are all in a closed location. They don't have to fight. It's not that I care that much, you know, about not fighting goblins, but it's just easier, and why take the risk? So, does she have something she can banish? Her weapons are all magical. Well, she'll banish a sage. That's fine. We have some extra. We found an ally in this scenario who's pretty good, and we didn't pick up that acolyte, so I think we should be okay. Yeah, we get basically a free pass here, because I'm not planning on failing this check. Let's just discard this, peel a card, and I gotta get a 7. A 7. Yeah, why am I so scared? Yeah, it's just a 2 on every die, and one of them can even be a 1, and 2 of them are d8s. That should be fine. Alright, so we're going to banish the sage. And, yeah, so the villain is definitely in the Turtleback Ferry or the general store. Got some blessings now. This is good. Okay, so Ezrin goes and triggers the goblin raid, so now only he and Amiri have to fight the henchman. I think this is a good time. Well, let me think about this. So I could use invisibility to evade it. The thing is that it wouldn't be bad to hang on to invisibility in case I find the villain and don't want to fight her. Let me think about that. Well, by the time his turn comes around, though, no, I'm just gonna evade. I don't care about not getting the gold for defeating the henchman. That's fine. And I might as well hang on to my combat spells. Oh, I even get to use my powers. Ooh, yes, this is fantastic. I'm actually glad this happened. So now we get to augur this place and maybe find a villain or henchman. All right, here I don't think I need to spend any resources because I've got to re-roll and I only have to roll 4 on those 2 big dice. Okay, let's augur it up here. Wait, do I augury first or spyglass first? No, I prefer to augury first and then spyglass after augury. So that way I know exactly what I'm getting into. Oh, yes, this is great. So I got only 1 monster, but still, that's a monster that's just like one of the worst monsters in the game. So I'm pretty happy to get that out of the way. Of course, if the villain's in this deck, then she's going to be undefeated, and then that Siren's going to get shuffled back, which is kind of sad, I guess. But that's fine. So we got something annoying out of the way, and let's spyglass now to see if I can use my ally to explore. Disease drafts. And there's the villain. Okay, this is really, really good. I lucked out big time, so I'm never going to have to deal with that Siren, and I'm certainly not going to fight the villain right now. We passed the turn. So basically, now, what we have to do is just close the general store, and then we have to fight the villain. Oh, wait, that's annoying. So we're going to fight the villain, and she's going to stay in her location, but it is going to get shuffled up. So I made a mistake. I should have actually put the villain below the monster, so that I could have had somebody attack the monster and then attack the villain. That would have been 1 less card to deal with in the future. But we've got half the clock left, so really we just pile drive the general store and pile drive the what's her face? Pile drive the Turtleback Ferry, and I think we should be fine. I think it should be okay. I got a short sword, which is pretty useless. I have a lot of useless stuff here. I'm gonna get rid of. It's all useless. I'm definitely not gonna fight with this because I don't have weapon efficiency though, so we'll just leave that there. All right, Linny. Okay, well, general store is being pile driven. She can explore an extra once or twice for free. Ooh, tough one. Well, good thing we got this Veil Temros. Might as well pop it for an extra thing. And Harsk, let's just be safe. He's got way too many weapons. Let's just go ahead and recharge one. So I need an 11 on those 6 dice. That's fine, I think, even with a bunch of them being D4s. That was probably a little bit risky, but it's all good. Alright, so we're going to get a free Explore because that was a monster. And then we also get a free Explore from our Crow. Well, here's the problem. If I find the henchman, I'm not in particularly great shape to fight it. But I can still do it, so we'll just do it. And it is the henchman. Okay, so I'm going to have to hit a 13 here. I think I'm gonna be okay though. We have a lot of support in the party right now, so let's start the party. First, I'm going to activate Beast Mode. Make sure I'm rolling D10s. Then let's play our animal trick. Ezrin, I think, has some help. Strength is better than Toxic Cloud here, so I'm gonna play Strength. I think it's better. Toxic Cloud is 3.5 on average. Strength is 3, but I prefer the higher minimum. And then anybody who has a basic blessing can bury it, because the top card of the Blessings deck is a Blessing of Lemishtu, and Amiri has this, so she'll bury that for 2 extra D10s, and now we just got to get a 7 on these 5 dice. That's perfectly fine. And I have to banish a card. I actually totally forgot about this. Whoops. Well, luckily... Okay, so I don't want to banish a Crow, I don't think, because if I banish a Crow, she's going to be stuck without an animal, unless somebody else has an animal in my party, and I just totally forgot. We'll banish a Blessing of Calistria. I'm sad to lose it. I really am, but it's not the end of the world. Okay, so we got that taken care of. She'll get an item here, which doesn't really matter, unless it's a good one, of course. Wand of Shield. Worst item in the game. Potion of Energy Resistance. Why did I actually even press the Animal Trick button? These are just junk. I am honestly just going to discard them. I really think they're so bad that they're not even worth holding in the hand. Not even for activating Beast Mode. I would rather just have the actual cards in her deck. Beep Bop Balula. And it's okay. So now what has to happen is we gotta beat the villain twice. Kind of awkward though. Harsk isn't really who I want to fight the villain with, unfortunately. So yeah, I really should have left the monster on top. I didn't do a very good job. Do any of these locations have, like, effects where if I stay at the end of the turn, something good happens? Nope. So I guess we're just going to go to the general store and look at that item, because I got literally nothing better to do. I don't want Harsk fighting that villain. Belt of Giant Strength. I'd wonder... Yeah, these things are a trap, in my opinion. They look really good, but you're holding an item the entire time just to get +1 to strength. No. I think it's a trap. So we'll just pass on that. And let's see, am I ever going to need Thieves' Tools again? It seems unlikely, so we're going to go ahead and, oh, I can scout the last item. Good old Potion of Energy Resistance. Thanks, game. Alright, we're going to go ahead and discard Thieves' Tools. Wait a minute, why discard it? No, I didn't want to discard it because I want to get into my blessings to help fight against the villains. Oh, there is another ally. Ah, the tiger. I should have really let Linny keep her Blessing of Calistria. Anyway, here is Mammy. I think every other location is closed. So, no need to temp close or anything. Lots of henchmen near the tops. Oh, yeah, I shouldn't have had Ezra in here. He's got to fight a friggin' Ancient Skeleton henchman for no reason now. Well, it's an auto-succeed, at least. So that's that, but I'm not super thrilled about losing my combat spell. Let's recharge my Acid Arrow. And get a card, maybe? Ah, Agility. Well, that's not actually that helpful. Still, I'll take it. And then Amiri has to fight one of these things. This is annoying. Yeah, we'll just do the glaive and reroll if I need to. I don't mind using the greatsword on the boss. Okay, so now we gotta make a 26. Okay, what am I missing? Why is this a 26? What would make this a 26? Is there something in this scenario? Modified difficulty +7. Oh, what the... Oh, hey, that's not a bug. That's just a really hard fucking boss. Holy shit. Oh, so if you don't temp close, if you actually go through all the locations and kill the henchman, you have a real challenge on your hands. And she's undefeated the very first time you fight her. Whoops, a dingle daisy. Alright, well, let's see. There's no barriers left in this scenario, so we can easily bury the Masterwork Tools. Harskin, you shall receive. I think the Snakeskin Tunic. No. I don't need both of these bows. So can I get a 20 on those dice? This is some math I haven't had to do before. Alright, we'll play a Toxic Cloud. Wow! Can I get a 20 on these 7 dice? So each die needs, if each die rolls, yeah, I think that's actually a little bit loose. Each die would have to roll basically like a 3. And then again, 2 of them are d12s. Would Blessing of Pharasma give me 2 extra dice? It does. Okay, I think with extra 2 d12s, I should be fine. Yeah, we got a 56. And unfortunately, she's undefeated. So she stays in the location, which means it all gets shuffled, which means the Siren is back in the mix. Alright, we got 11 turns now to find the villain again and make a really high check. Okay. Scary. Oh god, I should have... Wow, that was a noob mistake. I should have pulled Sela over here, so I missed a scouting. That's a mistake. Well, the villain's right on top, everybody. Okay, so now Sela gets to have her way with it. These skeleton henchmen, I feel like... Honestly, if I were designing this game, I would have made all the base deck henchmen have the veteran trait, not just the bandits. Because the bandits come up every now and then, you know, and it's actually not irrelevant that they have the henchman trait, but the ancient skeleton henchmen come up too. So that's a little... An 8 check is just kind of insignificant at this point. Alright, so let's continue without using powers. Oh, we get a... No, I don't want to continue without using powers. I do want my powers. I want my Frost Ray. And Amiri... Yeah, we'll just... Oh, wait, no, that's the wrong one. I want the Glyph. Even though the Glyph doesn't have the magic trait, I value the ability to reroll more than I value a +1. Okay. So, what's my biggest weapon? It's the Bastard Sword. Then I peel a card... Since this is the second time, I don't have to worry. I can just play everything that I have without just doing any counting or anything. Discard, discard. I'm going to discard that and shoot this and discard this and discard this. And what is it? Harsk has something he can do still? Oh, that's a bug. Those exclamation marks shouldn't be there anymore. Anyway, that should be fine. I actually got a little low for how many dice that was. But we win! Potion of Ghostly Form. I don't know why I got that. Have no idea. Maybe I get an item or something for closing that location. Anywho, that's that. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and or subscribe if you did. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. If you want, stick around for bonus time. Here is another skill feat. So this is a very big skill feat. It's where everybody maxes out their combat abilities, and some players like to get something else at this point. I'm a simple man of simple means. I feel like combat's just really important. You might as well max it out and then choose what you want to do from there. There are only 2 characters in the game I would ever split. Those are Lem and Kira in the other party. Okay, so we gotta do some deck building. She got this Frost Longbow. Mariziel, I don't think, has weapon proficiency, so I don't want the Frost Longbow going to her, but Harsk, well, is this better than a heavy crossbow? D10 versus a D6 +1. It's actually not. You know what? Screw this dagger. I don't want to have any more daggers. Let's just get that thing. We got guidance, which I'm not gonna keep, and a spyglass. Oh, that's not the new item. That's a bug. Spyglass is what I already had, isn't it? Or is it? Potion of Glibness is what I picked up. Or is it? I don't actually remember. Anyway, I definitely want the Spyglass. I just don't know if Harsk is the right person to have it because, he recharges stuff. So, he's already got a Spyglass. She needs another item. Oh, okay. Did she give Harsk a Spyglass? I don't know what's happening. Alright, so that's that. Veiled Hemrose should go to somebody else. Spiny Shield. Oh, do I want an armor user to have this thing? No, I don't see it. Because everyone who has armor, except for Harsk, is already pretty good at fighting. That's Amiri, the Paladin, and the Rogue. Harsk isn't very good at combat, but his armor already gives him a bonus to combat. So yeah, I'm just going to pitch this thing, I think. Okay, Ezrin, what you got? Light crossbow +1. Yeah, I think that's better than a heavy crossbow. I mean, a D8 +1 is better than a D10. On average, it's the same, but it has a higher minimum. So yeah, that's a little bit of an upgrade there. And let's give the Warhammer back to Amiri. Okay, what else does she got going on? Potion of Ghostly Form. Okay, she's probably not the person to have this ally with. Why don't we, Oh, wait a minute. So Harsk already has a card that helps him in combat. This helps him against giants. Which actually makes sense, though, because Harsk is going to be at his weakest fighting the henchmen and villains. So I might as well give him that guy. And I'm going to give the tiger to Ezrin, I think. Yes, I'll give the tiger to Ezrin, because Ezrin is the one guy now who could use some help in combat. Let's give Shalelu to our rogue. And, sure. This guy's funky, but I'm not going to keep him. Okay, so I think that's everything. Let's go ahead and proceed. And now we see a bug. I should be able to take any blessing from the box. In fact, I should be able to get my Blessing of Calistria back, because we're in deck 3, but because of the bug, I can only take a Blessing of the Gods. So that's a little bit annoying, but what are you going to do? Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like and or subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.